Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paige, and today I want to tell you about some of my favorite families that show up in romance books, romance series. For me, sometimes families of certain series are just like the highlight of the series. Like the romances are really good, but the families just make it so much better, and I want to tell you some of my favorites. And these are in no particular order, but the first one on my list is The Morgan Family by Lauren Rowe, the Morgan Brothers series, and she also has the spinoff of the sister. She gets her own her trilogy as well. But The Morgan Family is such a delight. I love the banter and chemistry in this family. I love families that are just well-rounded. The parents raise their kids and they accept them for who they are, and there's just no drama, no, just no traumatic things, and they have just a great relationship with each other. That's what I love in families in romance books, and The Morgan Family is like that. They have several kids, like 4 or 5, and they all get their own romances, including a guy who is they adopted into their family. And The Morgan Family is just so amazing. The series starts off with Hero, and this follows the oldest son, and each book follows their romances, and I'm just so in love with The Morgan Family. I always said if I could pick my family, I would definitely be in The Morgan Family. Their banter with each other is just so funny. They're so close to each other, and I love them. I adore them. The second family I thought of is the Bergman family. This is also another well-rounded family. I absolutely adore the Bergman family as well. They have a ton of kids, and the parents are so great. They raise their kids to know, what's important, and they have just raised these wonderfully successful members of society, and you see each of these get their romances as well, which this series is not finished, but the ones that are the books that are out are amazing. They're always there for each other. If one is down and out, they just all come together and show up for this, the family member that needs their love and support. And I love this family so much. I love a very healthy family relationship, and this family sure has that. Another family I thought of is the Becker Brothers from the Becker Brothers series by Candy Steiner. This follows 4 brothers, and their dad passed away from a fire, and so they are trying to recover from that. And they are working, some of them are working at this distillery, this whiskey distillery that their dad was like co-owner of. And so there's a little bit of mystery in how their dad died that you follow throughout the series, but each of the brothers gets their book, and I really love this family as well. And I love how they support their mom when, after she loses her husband, and her sons just really step up to help her and make sure that she's not alone, and they're all there for each other. And I really liked these brothers as well. Another family that I love is the family from the Getting Lucky series by Meghan Quinn. So there's 4 brothers and 1 sister, and they are hilarious. Through these books, you will see them. They have like a text group with each other, and then of course when they get together, they're absolutely hilarious. Meghan Quinn writes this family so well. They have hilarious banter with each other, but they're always there for each other. They support each other, and it's set in this incredibly awesome small town in Maine, and that is like a place that I really want to go experience. It's very, when you're reading it, you feel like you're there. I loved this sibling banter from this family, and I wish Meghan Quinn would write a story for the sister. So this is not technically a family by blood. It's more of a found family in my personal views, but I think the Puck series, this is about a group of guys who are playing on the same hockey team, and they kind of make their own family. Of course, they each have their families, but they spend so much time together. Even when they're off season, they go vacation together, and they live, you know, very close to one another, and they're always together. Even though you're reading somebody's specific romance in one of the books, you see them throughout the entire series. They play a big part of this series, and I consider them family, like a found family, and I just adore all of these characters in the Puck series. Another family I like is the Shipley family from the True North series. This is a family who owns like an orchard or a farm, and a lot of them work on this farm. You do see other characters' books in the series that are kind of related to that family, but it is all based on this one family. It's just a quaint family. They own this farm, they work it. The True North series is a really great series as well, and I still need to finish it. Another series, this is just about brothers, or it's the Miles High Club series. This is about the Miles brothers. There are 4 brothers, and they have become very, very, very successful men, but they are of course each lacking in romance, but they are sometimes they have such funny moments, but they're always there for each other, supporting each other, and their parents do, you know, make appearances, kind of like checking in on them when they need, you know, the help and support. But the Miles brothers are another great group of brothers. Another group of brothers that I have read this year are the McLean Brothers by Alexandria House. Each brother gets his own romance, and these are very successful brothers as well. Very, very, very talented, and the banter between this family, not only the brothers, but the aunts and uncles and the parents and everybody in between, the get-togethers that this family has are hilarious and just down to earth, and just makes you want to be there with them. And this is also another great family. So this is kind of taking a little bit of a different turn, but I really love the Mulvaney brothers and the Necessary Evil series, I think it's what it's called, by Onley James. This is a group of boys that have been adopted by this man. He is a doctor, and this is kind of an experiment that he's done where he goes to these different orphanages to adopt these boys that they have been deemed like psychopaths, and they have no empathy, no feelings, and he adopts them as his sons. And so they are the part of the Mulvaney family, and pretty much he raises them to become killers, but only killing the really bad people that need to be taken out. And so this is kind of like their way of justifying they have these urges to kill, and so he teaches them to do it in a good way. Each of the brothers has such a different personality, and they still all come together quite often because they kind of like work on a team. It kind of reminds me of like a crime team, like what you would see on a crime show, except they're not solving murders, they're doing the murders. So anyway, this series is very different from any of the others, but I really do love this family, and this is an series as well, and I love their romances. I could not make this video without mentioning the Garrow family from the Fallen Men series. So Giana Darling is starting to write more of the stories from the other members of the Motorcycle Club, but in the first few books we only get the books from the Garrow family. And so Zeus Garrow is the president of the club, and he has 2 kids, and we get all of their romances, and I love this Garrow family. But they all protect each other, they all live for each other, and their love is so fierce for one another. They would die for each other, and I just love this family. So in love with this family. And then we have the Page brothers from On the Ropes trilogy by Aly Martinez. So this is a boxing series. These 3 brothers are all, except for the middle one, I mean, he's kind of dabbled in it, but the oldest and the youngest are professional boxers, and these are each of their stories and romances, but they came from absolutely nothing, and they built themselves up, and they worked really, really hard to get where they are. Their parents are basically non-existent. The oldest brother, who has the first book, he practically had to raise his two brothers, and I just really loved how close they were. He especially was always there for the other two, but they always came in together. And I loved how the third book finished off, where they just kind of look back from where they came, and now, you know, all their success comes from hard work and just being a close-knit family. And I loved these Page boys so much. Then we have the Bennett Family from the Green Creek series by T.J. Klune. This is a wolf shifter romance series, and then you get each of their romances in this series, and all along through the series they're kind of like trying to fight for their territory and protect their land, protect their family. And this series will make you fall in love, will make you cry, will make you angry. You have experienced all emotions through this series. They have an undeniable bond, probably due to a little bit of the paranormal side of it, because they are wolf shifters. But the love that they have for their family, even when some of them wonder, and they always go save them and always there for each other. And this series will touch your heart. It's just such a wonderful paranormal romance series. You definitely need to read it if you haven't. And then we have the Brown Sisters by Talia Hibbert. I feel like I haven't really read as much sister romance series rather than brothers, but this revolves around three sisters, the Brown sisters, Chloe, Danny, and Eve. They each get their own books. Each of these sisters has a unique personality. They each have things they struggle with. They each have, you know, their own strengths, and they're always there for each other. I love their sisterly dynamic in this series as well. And then the last family that I really loved in this series is the Valentine family from the Ashes and Embers series by Carian. And then we also see the spin-off series of his daughter in Tied or Torn. I can't remember which one it was. But this family is pretty amazing. So the Ashes and Embers are a band, and they are formed by this group of family members. The lead singer, he's Asher, and then he has some of his brothers and his cousins. They help him play in this band. And then we see the spinoff of his daughter, her romance. And I really liked this family. They're very loyal to each other. They're always there for each other. And and this one has the kind of rock band atmosphere going on it. And I love rock band books. This series was amazing as well, and I love the family. So those are some of my favorite families in romance series. Let me know who your favorites are. I love to read romances that have a strong, tight-knit family in it, and they are just there for each other, always supportive of each other, and that, to me, sometimes will just make a romance series that much better. So thanks for watching, and have a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.